What I have in store for you guys today is a session at a private photography hide, and this is a hide that I've designed and built. Hopefully it's going to be a good one, so let's check it out. Welcome to another vlog. If you're new here, don't forget to hit that subscribe button and hit that bell icon so that you're always updated whenever I post new content. If you've been here before, thank you so much for checking out my work. Today we're sitting in a photography hide that I have designed, and so this is my personal hide at my farm, and this is pretty much agricultural land all around. So there's no forest, there's no sanctuary, nothing in the area. However, there are quite a few bird species on offer and a few reptiles and mammals as well. So yeah, as we're speaking, we have a white-browed bulbul that's just turned up. And excellent. So that's one of the species that I love to photograph here. I've recorded over about 42 species of birds here in this hide, about 8 species of reptiles and mammals. So I'll show you right now what it looks like. So this is the view out my window. So I've got my D500, my 500mm on my D5. Yeah, so you can see what happens when the miners turn up. The miners and the bulbuls are having a interaction. So let's see what else is going to be happening here today. So some of the species that I'm shooting right now are pretty common birds, but I don't mind shooting the same species again and again because it's not about the species for me, it's about the sort of behavior, the interaction. It could be that one moment where the bird or the animal is doing something extraordinary. It could be an interaction with within the species, or it could be just the way it's contorting itself to do something, whatever. Sometimes it's just that moment that you capture. So never say that you won't shoot something. We live in the digital age. If we don't like something, we always have the option to delete it. But the last thing you ever want is to see some particular behavior and you think, oh, I wish I'd captured that. So always keep your camera on, always keep the subject in focus. You can choose when you want to shoot or you don't want to shoot, but don't decide beforehand that you're not going to shoot a particular species or a particular subject. You don't have to consider, a hide has to be only near a wildlife sanctuary or near a forest area for you to have wildlife, because there's so many backyard birds. These are backyard birds. And then you get raptors like spotted owlet with a scops owl. I've had a shikra here before. So I've had snakes. I've taken a video, and I will post that video in this, of a cobra, of a rat snake. So I'll put all of those images from my previous sittings at the hide that I've taken earlier. So just to show you guys, the kind of wildlife that does come to a hide. So right now I can see there's a tailor bird. I don't know if you can hear it. That's the tailor bird. Hopefully it would come down to one of the perches that I've got set up, and then that would make for a nice photograph. So that's the other thing with hide, right? So when I showed you the view through, not everything that you see is meant to be photographed. So I don't photograph a bird wherever it sits. So I've set the perches in such a way that I want the birds in a particular location and I wait for them to either sit on a particular perch or turn at a particular angle, and that's when I would shoot. Now that you guys have seen, my hide setup and what it is that I do, or if you have questions, you have comments, please do let me know. So do check out the page on my website about my hide design services. I'm very pleased to say I'm the first wildlife photographer from India who offers professional hide design services. I'm essentially a landscape architect. That's my profession. So for me, I combine the best of both worlds as both a designer and an end user, because I'm also a wildlife photographer. So I understand exactly what I want as a photographer, and as a designer I know how to design not just the perches and stuff like that, but also the entire setup, including this, the hide structure itself. It's a lot of elements that go into hide design. Designing the right perches, like I said, it's not about just taking a photograph of the bird. It's what kind of a perch do I want that bird on? What kind of a backdrop do I want? What's the feel of that image, right? At the same time, it's not just about the subjects. If I'm designing a photography hide, I'm designing it for someone to use it. So there has to be comfort, there has to be practicality. So all of these kind of things, this is why I said, as a designer, as a landscape architect, for me, that goes naturally with the territory of design, to know what it is that a client needs, to put all of those kind of features in for comfort, practicality, safety, security, right? And at the same time, it should never be at the expense of wildlife. This is my ethos. This is my approach to photography, to hide design. So, yeah, so I'll put a link to my website with my hide design page on it in the description below, so you guys can check that out. So if you guys enjoyed this video, give it a thumbs up and drop a comment. Let me know what you guys think. If you guys are interested in any particular species that you're seeing, or any particular aspect of my hides or hide design, do drop a comment and I will get back to you guys. And I will see you guys in the next one. So until then, stay safe and may the focus be with you.